This is the hat that Grandpa Feek was wearing when he had his heart attack in Oklahoma City during the 8th perf of the 1968 finals. And we didn't know where it went for 55 years. I think a lot of us were upset about it. You never mess with a Cowboys hat. And, you know, I don't know. I know Thelma looked for it, Feek's widow, and I know my grandpa did and the whole family did. And just kind of fate to find it in that magazine. And I had wrote an article for the Catch Pen about Feek's Vision, our documentary, and they had put a little blurb under one of the photos saying Feek Tooke's hat is in a hat exhibit. And I was shocked, and I looked, and it had been traveling around with Casey Tibbs's hat, Clint Eastwood, Tom Selleck, John Macbeth, you know, a bunch of famous people's hats. And how it got there, nobody really knows. It was donated by a Mrs. Thetford or Thedford, I've seen both. One was a nurse, one was in the media, so it could have been either. And that was in '87. So there's a little bit more story from '87 until now, but those years from '68 to '87 are pretty murky as to where this hat has been and who had it. But worked really hard with Michael Grauer from the Cowboy Hall of Fame there in Oklahoma City, and we got her back home. So it's the first time the hat's been with his boots and the plaque in 55 years, so really neat to get this back home. And Willie wrote in, and I know Harry Vold was in there, and Reg Kessler was in there, pretty much all the contractors in getting their awards. And when he wrote out, I know Harry said it before, but he seen him fall off his horse and knew he was dead before he hit the ground. And I think Steiner tried to resuscitate him, and into the ambulance he went with Wick Peth, Bob Askin, and Clem McSpadden. The hat had fell off, and I mean, we got everything but the hat. This isn't his prettiest penmanship on his brand in here, the VL bar. And that's something I wonder. I noticed a lot of the stuff when he went to Oklahoma City. He had his name on his checkbook, and I mean, I've had this hat for years, and I never thought about writing my name in here, but yeah, his name and his brand. And like Grandma said, hearing from Louise, Sharon, and Ken, that Grandma knew that might be the last time that she sees him, so maybe that was a hint to get this stuff back to us.
Well, it's always a mystery, you know, how he had this hat, you know, considering the other one. He was so upset about not having it when he went. And I remember him wearing a straw hat, and he was upset about wearing a straw hat. So this is a mystery to me where he got this, because I don't remember him having it in Rapid City when we left.
He must have bought it when he got in Oklahoma.
Well, that's what I don't remember him buying one in Miles City. I swear he was wearing a straw hat when he got on the plane. Well, if he was, we didn't get that one back either.
Well, now, there's your next mission. Where's
He
the
probably
straw
traded
hat?
that one. Yeah,
Get this.
how this one got so dirty.
Did you see that? Western wear, Baker, Montana.
Oh, really? Well, no, that's
Probably.
interesting.
Well, I'm glad you found that, because like I say, it's a mystery to me. Yeah, well, Sharon, when she was talking about, well, that was what, you know, with the catalog number, thinking that's the price. When I look here where he's written his name, the price is $20. And I said, that's changed just a little bit for a 3X Beaver for $20.
It's nice to get it back home.